Well, today we've witnessed a historic announcement by the Prime Minister with respect to the future of schools funding in Australia. Acknowledging that the current funding arrangements are failing our children and the nation as a whole, the Prime Minister has committed the government to funding reform consistent with the recommendations of the Gonski inquiry. David Gonski's inquiry showed beyond any doubt that the current funding arrangements are failing our children and the nation as a whole, contributing to an ever widening of achievement gaps between our children. Almost a 2-year achievement gap between our most advantaged and disadvantaged children, a 3-year achievement gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous students, and a 5.5-year achievement gap between our top 20% of the Year 9 cohort and the bottom 20% of the Year 9 cohort. Of course, David Gonski recommended the injection of a further $5 billion into school education, $3.8 billion of which, 75% of which, would go to government schools that do the heavy lifting when it comes to educating the children of this country. What the government has announced today is historic, it's significant because it finally puts to rest and sets aside a funding regime that has contributed to a widening of achievement gaps. What's now important is for all political leaders and all state and territory premiers to get on board and make the Gonski recommendations and schools funding reform a reality. Any state premier who refuses to sign on to this reform is ultimately expressing to its citizens that they don't value education and they don't value the children of their state. We've always said that education funding is an all-level of government responsibility. So both levels of government, both state and federal, must respond to the Gonski report, must respond by way of financing the reform. Having said it's an all-level of government responsibility, clearly we call on the government to fulfil the lion's share of this funding responsibility. It's the Commonwealth funding arrangements that have contributed to the current funding inequities in the country, and clearly the Commonwealth has got greater revenue ratings and capacity than states and territories. But all state and territory premiers, all politicians must embrace this once-in-a-generation opportunity to implement funding reform. To do otherwise would be to deny all the facts and the evidence that have been presented to us by the Gonski review. With respect to the transition arrangements and the timing announced by the Prime Minister today, we know that the transition will commence in 2014 when the new funding arrangements were set to be introduced. Clearly, as teachers, as principals, as educators, we would prefer that transition to be much shorter than the 6 years announced today. However, having said that, the structural reform remains a significant announcement because it will allow us now once and for all to start providing the resources to our schools to give teachers the resources to implement proven programs to provide every child with a greater opportunity to reach his or her full potential. Today's announcement is about setting us on the correct path, the right path with respect to the future of education funding in this country, a path which will enable us to lift overall student performance and address underachievement. With respect to Tony Abbott and Christopher Pyne, the time for denying the facts and the evidence is over. The time for attacking our public schools is over. Either get on board or get out of the way. We will not tolerate any move to dismantle schools funding reform. We will not tolerate moves that would take money away from public schools which are open to every child in every community. The time for politics is over. We must act in the national interest to ensure that every child can reach his or her full potential.